Oh, what's up, guys? I welcome you back. Here is our Make Architecture Tutorials channel, and consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this information to those whom you think it is vital to them. In this episode, we are going to continue with the user interface for Autocad, and it will be the last episode about talking on that topic. So let's jump into our lesson for today. Here is our desktop, and we open Autocad by right clicking, and then you open it. Let's wait for it to open. In the previous episode, we discussed about all this. So we are going to start another episode on the same chapter and then close it. So when you are doing Autocad and you're opening a new file, don't forget to select a template if you have one. If you don't select a template, that is harmful. So we have not created the templates yet in our series, so I will not talk about them much. But there are two templates here. One of them is this Autocad, and the Autocad template is basically for the Imperial system. So if you use Imperial, that is the right template to go. Then there is the Autocad ISO, which is for the metric. This one is for metric, then that one is for Imperial. So we shall consider using the metric, or you can just leave and select start. When you select start, the previous template you chose will open like that. That is where we ended in our previous tutorial, with this circle and that line, meaning that this work is within that template. So mind to pick a template before you start. And we shall delete these ones because we don't have its use for now. So let's start from the top corner here, and this icon is called the Autocad icon. Others call it an application menu. So an application menu, once you left click on it, it has these features as seen. It has the new, that is where you open your file from, a new file from. The open, where you can go ahead and open files and browse for them. Saving, for the first time, save as, that is maybe in older version or other formats of Autocad. Then importing files, exporting files, publishing them and printing them all here. And also on this other side, you see the previous works you have done, and all this we discussed within the first tutorial. So you have your options and quitting your Autocad as well. So that is all about the application menu or the arcade icon. Click outside to let it go. Then we have these palettes from here up to around here. All what belongs within this gap, it is in the quick access toolbar. So whenever someone tells you quick access toolbar, these are the tools within here to around there. So we have the new still existing, the open to open your file, to save, saving as, opening from your web or mobile, saving to web, printing, undo and redoing, sheet set manager, and this is a workspace. So all these belong to the quick access toolbar. Meanwhile, other features can be added or subtracted by clicking on this little arrow, and you check or tick and uncheck them if you need one to go come. So we can add what we call a menu bar. A menu bar exists between here. So once I tick, then you will see this is a menu bar right at the top there. So you can add others like the render, then you will have the render icon there. You can have the layers, then you can have the layers there. You can have as many as you are seeing here, and it is a quick access toolbar, as I said before. That is all for that chapter. Hope we have done that. Then another thing we shall look at is the title bar. The title bar is where the name of your project is, like here, and it also spells out the version that you are using. So this is a title bar. Clear? Now we shall look at from that we shall look at the search. Others call it the help menu. The help menu is right here. And the help menu, its use is that once you need to find out information on this application, you type it right here. Then you get the answers to it. For example, I can connect my internet here quickly. And we look at that bit. It is called the help menu. Right? It is connected. So the help menu, you can just write there like spline then type enter, and it will give you all you need to know about the spline tool. And you read that content, you follow it accordingly. You may need to know about maybe a circle for starters. Hit enter, then it will give you content about circles. Hope that is clear. That is a help window or a search option for you to cater for. Then the sign in, that is for Autodesk 360. If you have the account, that is it there. Now we have the minimizing, the restoring, and the exiting. Like all applications, all softwares have these: minimizing, restoring, and exiting or closing. Those also help you, and they are right here at the corner. Next will be the ribbon. The ribbon is an expanded toolbar, a bigger one, very much broader, and for it has symbols and text, unlike the menu bar. And the menu bar, I said you click there and check it or uncheck it. So we have a menu bar here, and it has the same naming, and the other tools similar, like whatever is here, but for this one it has symbols and text, unlike that one. So all what is here is a ribbon, and if you don't see that ribbon popping, then you can type it straight away down there, ribbon, then it will come, you activate it, or you find a help here. That is for our ribbon. Another thing we shall look at is the view control. The view control is here where you see bar top, then a 2D wireframe. All this is in the view control. Hope you get me clear. This is the view control, and the view control associates with the view cube. The view cube is right here. So whatever is on the top appears to be top here. And if we click around here, whatever will be in that direction will be indicated there. If you want to have a clear understanding, you can select these standards. Now this is SW isometric, meaning it is south-west isometric. And that is the same here, south-west isometric. So when you click front, then here it will still say front. Like that, like that. So to go back, you can say this and go to the top. That is the relationship between the view control and the view cube. Another thing we shall look at is this ribbon here. These controls here, the start, and this is where you get this. That is the start menu there. If you have any drawing like the way we did, it is the same. So they are displayed here, and you can create multiple new drawings by clicking this plus button. So this governs opening and closing of all projects, the ones you need. Whatever project will open will be popping up here, and whatever project you need to create, you can create it here cheaply or close it there by cancelling. Now we shall look at various ways on how to close a project. There are like 6. 6 ways you can use to close your AutoCAD that will be within this tutorial. We are continuing with now this XY. This XY is called the UCS icon. It is very important and very useful, and we shall cover more topics about it. The next one will be now our model tab, which is right here. You can say it is model space or model tab, whatever is the name you find it. The model tab or the model space is this big black or gray space. And whatever is existing as boxes, those are grids. And in this drawing space or drawing window, you can remove these grids by pressing just F7, functional key 7 on your keyboard, and they can go away or come back. They can go simultaneously like that. That is our model space. The next we shall look at is the paper space. Others call it layout, like the way you say the word, the layout. And once we click in the layout, we have it that this is our paper. So the layout space can be called the paper space. The difference between the model space and the paper space, they are visible. This one is white, that is one, and the other one is black. Another difference is that in the model space is where you draw all what you need, and in the paper space is where you fit your work onto paper and print it for your results. You can create multiple layouts by clicking the plus new button, and also you can delete many of them by right click and deleting. You can create many from templates, and you can also export them into the model. So we shall do deep tutorials onto this chapter. So here, whatever layout you create will be displayed down here. The next icon we shall look at or tool is the line command. The line command is this, where you say type a command. This is a line, a command line. And a command line, you can also call it your command box. It gives you reflection on whatever name you need, but it is a command line. A command line, basically all your operations you do in this AutoCAD, they are reflected just right here, and all your commands are monitored within here. For example, you may need to draw a line. Simply clicking on that line, it will specify for you, and it will guide you on how to use the program. So we can continue with it, and you can review multiple commands that you have done by clicking onto this, and you see our last command was specifying the next point as you see it here. This command line is default to be placed there, but it can float. You handle there and you make it float and place it anywhere you need. You can place it anywhere you need, but mainly it is placed down there by default. You can also increase on its size by mousing over here. By mousing over there, then you hold your left button down and make it big. So you pause around the border, then you hold your left mouse button down and still bring it down. So it depends on how many lines you need to see. You may be needing like 3 or 5 lines. So you make it bigger for your own function. And you can also scroll within there. If it is big, you just scroll using your wheel. So let's make it smaller. Let's make smaller like that. So that is our command line. The next we shall look at is the navigation. The navigation is right here. The navigation toolbar is made of this. There's the navigation wheel, the panning, the zooming, zoom extents, orbiting, and you have that showing motion. So that is the navigation toolbar. Then another toolbar we shall be looking at is right here, down here. From here up to this far end. That toolbar is called the status bar. And the status bar is comprised of the model or paper space, this, which is these two. Then you have the display, you have your snap mode, your dynamic input, your ortho mode, and very many. I may not read all of them. It also have these annotatives. These two are so crucial. The scale is too crucial, and you can pick whatever scale you need to work at. You find it down there. Then you have this switching workspace. I'll talk about it in a minute. And also to minimize and maximize your screen, you just tap this box here, and you can minimize and maximize your screen like the way you see, like that. And when I talk about minimizing and maximizing, this has a relationship with these two arrows here. Similarly, when you need to make this ribbon small and whatever menus are here, you click on these arrows and you see change. You understand? So that is it. Me, I like to see it when it is big for our education purpose. So those two have some relationship. Then there is this one, what we call the customization tool. And the customization tool is the one that governs all these ones, appearing and disappearing. Once you click on it, you can tick and uncheck all of them, but it is what governs all these tools. Like the author mode, you see it is having a tick where you author mode right there, color tracking there. So whatever has a tick is appearing. whatever is not ticked is not appearing. One of the crucial tools that you need to tick, there are two. The most important one is the dynamic input, and if you need, you also check the units. Like these units, once you check them, you know that now we are doing metric, and the dynamic input is also checked. I mean the dynamic input, not the dynamic UCS command. So why is the dynamic input so important? The dynamic input governs all the commands that you put into your computer. For example, I may need to draw a line like that, specify first point, click, give direction, and then the next space to click into is governed by distance, which is like 3 to 9, like the way you see it there, and that distance is reflecting because our dynamic input is on. If we deactivate it, then you will not see the units popping. So you should make sure that your dynamic input is ever on. How can you tell that it is on or off? All tools that are highlighted like bluish, they are all on. And whatever tool is gray is off. That is how you can know that one is on, one is off. Now, I'll talk about the workspace. The workspace, we have these three basic workspaces in Autocad. Currently, I'm using the drafting and annotation. How do you tell? Is through our display here that you have it active. And how do you attain this? If you are not seeing it, you click onto this arrow and then you check or tick workspace. If I uncheck it, then it will disappear. So that is the way you have to monitor whether your workspace is checked or unchecked. So once you check it, then you can also get the same answers displayed here as those which are here. So the drafting and annotation is basically what we shall start with in the next tutorial. And there is also 3D basic. As you see, it has switched now to another display. Then we can also look at another one, 3D modeling. It has also switched, but all those tools are available for use. So let's switch back to the default. So if you find it in one of those workspace environments, then you can switch them. Let's switch back to drafting. And here we go. So in that chapter, we shall look at details on how to handle everything above here, and in also the coming chapters we shall be dealing with those two other different workspaces after the implementation of this workspace. So we shall first start with this workspace. Lastly, if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment. We can share it and I can answer it anytime from now. And consider subscribing, sharing this content if you really find it important. And I think that is all. I remain Ayaan, and I really appreciate your effort. Thank you for subscribing. Those who are promoting the channel, you are so much appreciated. And still, what we can look at is that thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.